Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. 60 and Me is a community of fabulous women over 60 who love to look as good on the outside as they feel on the inside and living life with passion and purpose. And many of them really love to play with makeup. I've done a few makeup tutorials and just sharing my own secrets. And I'm always on the lookout for interesting products that are affordable and just get people started on this journey to makeup in their 60s if they maybe have put it aside for a little while. But anyway, here we are. I don't know whether you know, I live in Switzerland and not too far from the German border. So, yesterday I took a trip to a place called Constance, which is just literally across the border from Switzerland. You could walk it, in fact, you do. And I arrived in the train station, and the first thing I saw was an amazing, of course, shopping center, because German prices can be a little cheaper, and the tax benefits are there for people coming in from Switzerland. So, I went into the store, and there's a huge it's a drugstore slash grocery store called DM. Now, it's a very big store in Germany. I didn't know about it myself, but it's in 13 or so other European countries, so it's all over the place. I think it's actually the largest retailer in Germany, and it sells all kinds of household and beauty and natural health products. So anyway, I had a little wander around with the crowds, and it was really interesting. I found a line of makeup called Trend It Up. Trend It Up. Now, they have a line of natural skincare products too. I think it's called Alverde, and they were lovely products too. But I thought, well, what can I do here for, about 20 euros? What could I purchase that would give me opportunity to share with you a makeover with those products? And I did it. I bought 7 products, and the cost was about 19 euros. So that's about 20 some dollars. And I was very intrigued as to how they were going to look. I, of course, did the testers on my hand when I was in the shop. But when I got home and tried them, I was really quite surprised. So I wanted to show you this line of makeup, Trend It Up, and what I'm going to do with it. And also just to remind you that wherever you live in the world, there are drugstores, grocery stores that sell their makeup lines. And you don't have to be afraid, to really have a go and just play with it, have some fun. And, you just not have to spend a lot of money until you find the things you love. Now, of course, there are some things you want to invest in. And those are things that, for me, for example, I have a lipstick that I invest in that I really adore, and that foundation. So foundation is where I start. Now, I didn't buy a foundation from Trend It Up. I actually had for one thing, they didn't have a color that was just close enough to my skin tone, but they did have a good range. So that's to be fair. And they were all around 3-4 euros. So not too expensive. But what I'm going to do today is just start with one that I actually use a lot and love. But before I start, just to let you know, I did use my facial oil first. I do this all the time. I love my facial oils. Today I used one by a company called Nourish face oil, and it's a really nice one. It's actually a UK company. They do a lot of essential oil products, and I think it's called what's the name of it? It's Nourish. It's skin. I should get my glasses on and tell you the exact name of the website. It's not a kind of normal one. It's nourishskinrange.com. Anyway, that's the one I'm using today, Nourish. And I really like it. I put that on first and kind of let thing set in a little bit, and it kind of provides a basis for the foundation. So let's do foundation. I'm using another drugstore brand, though. It's Max Factor. Max Factor is called Aegis Elixir, and it's a serum and a foundation in one. So it goes on quite lightly, and it doesn't get cakey for me. Another thing that older women have to be thoughtful of when we're putting on our makeup is not to use too much. I think it stays in those little lines that we all love. And so this is a good one for me. And I use one that's called, I think just Natural. It's number 50. So I'm going to just pop on some foundation to get started, and then I'm going to show you this Trend Up line. I think you'll like it. All right, so I'm just putting a bit on my fingers, and I'll just get started here. Now, this is a nice foundation for me. I've used it for a while. I'll put it over my lips too. and it goes on really, really beautifully. And as I said, it's not too thick. You can build it up a little bit if you want to, so you don't have to start with a lot. I put it on my eyes as well, and I'll just put a little bit on my forehead too. The little creases and lines, love them all. Okay, so that's kind of the beginning of a foundation application. Now, I am doing this, as you probably know from past videos, in my phone. I'm not looking into a big mirror or anything, so I'm actually hoping that this is pretty much even. And I'm going to just do a little teeny bit more on the cheeks, on those places that there aren't any wrinkles, because there you can actually smooth out your skin nicely without it, catching in the lines. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to apply some of the Trend It Up products that I purchased yesterday. And I'm going to be careful. I got this all covered. And I'm not using any brushes or anything, just using my fingers. All right, so that's it, foundation. Now, the next thing I'm going to put on, just to brighten up my face a little bit, is their blush. Now, the blush was, they had some lovely colors. I thought they were very, very pretty. This is, if you can see it, is a very light peach pink, because I'm going to do kind of purpley theme today. So I'm going to try this and see how it works. It's got not very good pigment, actually, so don't go too crazy with the brush. I'm just using a small brush. And I'm going to just brush it on real lightly in this apple of my cheek. And then just bring it up to the, and it's actually very, very light. It doesn't, no, it doesn't grab the pigment so much that it looks kind of artificial. I like it. So I put this on. I'll just try a little bit more on this side and start in that section right there where you smile and bring it up. Now, I was really impressed with this color. I thought it was actually very pretty, and it reminded me of some MAC products I've actually looked at in the past too. So you can get a lot of these kind of dupe products in the drugstore lines. Okay, so that's I think that's very nice. I'm not not putting too much on, but just kind of brushing it lightly. Okay, so that's the blush. Now, the eyes. Eyes were interesting. They had a lot of eye products. They had some contouring products as well. But I found this kind of, they call it an expert eye base. And I bought it because it serves two purposes for me. It's an eye base for the eyeshadow that I'm going to put on. And also, I thought it was a nice color. It's kind of got a little bit of a tone to it, so that I wouldn't have to put any cream on too much on my whole lid. And so I'm putting it on and spreading it around. I'm not putting too much, but you can see the color as well as the kind of the tone or the base it gives you. And I thought that it was really quite nice. I'm going to put this on, like I said, instead of using a heavy duty powder. Now, I chose the products from this line that were cream-based because I do really think that for older women, older eyes and skin, it's a nice option. So that's really all I'm going to do with the eye base. And I was tempted to put some down here as well. Maybe I will just dab it there because it's that kind of consistency and, kind of nice tone. So the eye product I bought for as an eyeshadow was interesting. Now, this is another thing about drugstore products. They sometimes have just an unusual approach to something, and I was surprised with this one. It's got two ends to it. It's called their Ultra Smokey eyeshadow pen. On one end is an eyeshadow pen. Well, it's like a crayon. And on the other end is a blender. So I thought, well, I tried this in the store and I liked it. So this is the eye pen, and you put it on. It goes on super easy. It's like a cream base. Can you see it? If you can see the color appearing. Not super pigmented, which I kind of liked. And I didn't put it too high on my eye, but I'm going to blend it up there. So I'm putting quite a bit on. It goes on super easy. But isn't that nice? I kind of like the feeling of that one. I'll put on the other side as well, so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. I'm spending a little bit of time just putting it on under the crease of the eye. But you can see the color there that's beginning to form. And I actually really like that. I think it's kind of nice. I'm going to put a little teeny bit more and maybe bring it up just under the crease. And this one too. Okay, now nothing fancy here at all, but this beautiful little sort of smudger at the end. Isn't this interesting? It's just, I've never seen one quite this thick, but when I used it, I'm going to just use it to just gently hold my eye there so I can rub it up a little bit on the crease and around. I thought it really did a nice job, and it's I'm going to use this with other eyeshadows as well. And you can just rub it in and blend it up. See what you're doing here. Okay. Now, I'm assuming that you can use this for like an under the eye, like a proper smoky eye. You could put it under, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it really simple for me. That's what I like. So that's the purpley eye, which I thought was nice. And eyebrows. I did not buy their product because I've got one that was, honestly, I swear, identical. It's probably the same thing that I bought at Lindor in Norway, but it's just an eyebrow gel, and I'm going to put that on my beautiful non-existent eyebrows and just shape them. So you could have bought the Trendit product for about €3, but I'm just going to use the Lindor product because I think it honestly was very, very similar. As you can see, it's like a little teeny brush, and it's got gel kind of attached to it that catches the eyebrows, and you just have to kind of brush them up a little bit and then across. And again, I don't go too crazy with my eyebrows. I mean, they're thinning, like a lot of ours are as they get older, but I think this little brush kind of works. It gives it a bit of depth and texture. Okay, so that honestly was my eyes. And I thought that the Trend Up products were just lovely for this purpose. The cream stayed on. I left it on for a few hours and it was perfect. So that's the blush and the eyes. And now mouth, lips. Lips are always a struggle for me. I did actually buy their lip liner, which is, what's it called? I put the numbers down. It's Contour and Glide lip liner, and I took the number, but it's got a little sharpener at the end too, because this is one of those ones you roll up. And I don't normally get those because they dry quite easily, but this one was quite moist. So I put my lip liner on. And surprise, can you see the color? I mean, that's really an unusual amount of tone for a lip liner. I'm going slow actually. And I rub it in my lips. And I'm doing this because I wanted you to see that you can do some pretty cool things with a very inexpensive lip liner. And it doesn't have to be sort of exaggerated. It's just like to highlight the lips and give them some color. Okay, so that is my Trend It Up lip liner. And I bought a lipstick, one of their lipsticks as well. So that was an interesting process because there's a lot of coral and not a lot of pink right now, and like burgundies. But I did find a nice pink, and it's called High Shine lipstick. It's the color is it's just shiny, and it's number 230. But I bought this one because I tried it on my lips, and I thought it looked great. Now it's a little lighter than I normally might wear, but let me show you how it looks. Can you see? It's really a nice color. I like it a lot. And I'll put a little bit more on. Oh, my teeth. There you go. And that was really it. And I thought that the whole look was pretty cool for like under €20. And also it feels good. It's a nice feeling makeup line. So what have I got? I've got the blush, cream eyeshadow with a base, the lip liner and lips, and of course I can't forget my mascara. Now the mascara was well, they had several different kinds, and they had blue and purple, which was really cool too. I got black. It's just called their number one mascara. This is number 110, which is, and I looked at all the ingredients by the way, and these are vegan. Most of them are vegan, no animal cruelty. So you need to check online if you're really sensitive about that. But anyway, the brush is cool. It's again a very low priced mascara, but when I put it on, I'm just rubbing a little bit off because it's brand new and it's super intense. And but anyway, I thought it was nice and it really gave some depth to my eyelashes. So here we go. Again, I'm doing this blind, but you get the idea. See, immediately you can see the color, and the brush is not clogging. It's not grabbing my eyes, and I'm going to try to get it right in that little center. It's not as small a brush as I would normally use, but there it is. Can you see? Now, I really thought that turned out to be a nice line for mascara for me, and I'm going to just, in fact, I was tempted to, I'm actually home now, of course, but I was actually tempted to go back and get more of this mascara because I really liked it, and I want to make sure that I get it even here for you. I did curl my eyelashes earlier. There you go. Make sure I don't get it on my nose. I think that's probably enough. I don't want to go too crazy on the mascara, but you get the idea of what's possible. Okay, hope that's even. But there you go. So that was my 20 euro look. Trend Up products from DM drugstore in Germany. I'm really happy with it. And as I said, I put my own foundation on, so that's not theirs, but everything else was from them. So hope this has been inspirational or interesting, and that it gets you kind of, I don't know, just aware that there's a lot out there in the low price, affordable range that's pretty cool and a lot of fun to work with. So enjoy your day and have fun with makeup. Make it make you feel precious as you are, and have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye-bye for now.